Hello everyone. So today we will be building our to-do list app which we have been talking about. So what is a to-do list app? We just create a bunch of to-dos, right? Like we have to do this, we have to do that, and then we kind of tick mark them and say completed or delete them, right? So let's go ahead and do this with JavaScript in the front end mostly. I'll be doing it from absolute scratch. I will be taking some help from the internet, of course. Let's go ahead and create some files. CSS, go for script.js. Okay, so I have created HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file here. Now we need to connect them together. So let's create the boilerplate code first. We can just do this, and the boilerplate code is there for us, and we'll do link, then link it to styles.css here. Then we will link the JavaScript here, script src, and then mention script.js. I had some misclick there. So yeah, script.js. Now we're good to go. So let's open it with live server. I was having a really weird bug just now. Okay, just this one. Uh, I just keep trying to open it in different port and stuff. Let's set it to 0 and save. Then try to open it. Okay, so now it has opened up, as you can see. So if you face this bug, I have fixed it as well. So how do we do that? Just do settings.json and go for the port 0, and then it will be open to whatever port is available for you. Or in our case it is 7478. Okay, so we will talk about ports in separate video, but let's go ahead and create a to-do list app. So let's create the HTML first. So what I will do is take a section, let's say, and then let's use flexbox, right? So let's do class, then do a main container. So we should use class names that make sense, right? So let's go ahead. Okay, first we need to do this, as I've mentioned previously: margin 0, padding 0, then box sizing, border box. Why do we do this? Because by default we have some margin, padding, and other stuff from uh, various elements of HTML. So firstly we have to reset them, and then we target our main container, and let's go for height 100 vh, which is the viewport height, and let's do 100 vw viewport width. Let's save them and give them a background color of color red. Let's do. Okay, so it is all working, and let's do a alert as well to know our JavaScript is working. Alert hello. Okay, it is saying hello. Great. So let's delete this and remove the background color as well. Doesn't look as good. Let's do a main container, and then we'll do a div which will have our to-do list app. This should be to container, let's say. Naming is not the best here, but go for it. So let's go for height of 400 pixel, let's say, and width of 400 pixel as well. I think I might need a bigger one here, but let's go ahead and do purple. Let's see if we have purple. Yes, we do have purple. Okay, so now we want to use display flex here, and then do justify content center, then align items, and we want it in the center of our screen. This should do, but we need a bigger container. Let's do 600. Actually, we shouldn't use height here, but I'll do it just for now. Later we will try to remove this one and make it dynamic height for this one. Okay, so let's set up our, first we need an input field, right? So let's do an input field of text, and we have the input field as you can see right here. We also need a button which will be add. Okay, so let's a form out there and wrap the input and the button into the form, and form action nothing actually, keep it empty for now. Okay, so let's try to do this. We do, what else do we need? Let's try to think. We need a bigger input box and we need it around here. So let's make this one another flex box as well. Let's do form container and then display flex, to flex direction column. Now, why are we doing flex direction column? Because we want it below one another, right? Like the input field and then the add button, or we can do side by side as well. Let's do that. Okay. So we should do justify and center is now centered, and now we don't want it to be at the center of our uh, page. So let's do margin top of 20 pixel and then 0. It's not exactly top, it's top and bottom, and then 0 is on the left and right. So we did that, and let's do a gap of, so there is a gap, and let's target the form container put field. Let's go for font size 13 pixel. 1 pixel big enough? Really? Go for 18 pixels. Okay, 18 is a bit better. Let's go for some padding as well. Let's do padding of uh, to 6 pixels. Okay, so we have the text, we have the button. Let's target the button as well. Add a class name of submit btn. Then we target the button here. Let's add some margin. So in button, what we do is basically give some extra padding to left and right, and then top and bottom. So right and left will have some extra padding. Let's do 4 pixel and 8 pixel. See how it looks. Looks okay, but I think I did the opposite actually. So let's see, inspect here and figure it out ourselves. Oh yeah, this one is top and bottom. So I was right. I just doubted myself. Let's do 10 pixel. Okay. Now it looks a bit better. Let's do cursor pointer as well. You can see we can hover on it. and type something and then click add, but nothing happens. But you might have noticed that the page have reloaded. As you can see, page is reloading. You can see it right here. Whenever I do this, the page is reloading. So this is the default behavior of a form. So let's do a form on submit, and then I need to do it in JavaScript. Sorry, my bad. Keep it for the JavaScript part. Let's see how do we want the HTML to be made around here, right? So let's go ahead and see our form container. How long is our form container? This is our form container. So let's go for the later part of the HTML and create a div. We can go for flexbox once again. Let's do to-do list, just a class name. To-do list. And let's go for the flex cap 10 pixel. Let's see. Let's do some. Okay, it is going outside of it. Shouldn't actually. Okay, only the bullet points are going outside of it. So let's make this one enter by 10. Okay, so as you can see, we have the justify content center stuff. Let's each one. Want the to-do list heading to be outside. Okay, want it to be around at the top. To-do list, name it. Okay, so I should have put it inside this here. And of course, need to the to-do container flexbox. Not actually. Why? Okay, so I have messed up a bit. Let's delete this. And I have laid the HTML CSS pretty poorly, but try to fix that. So we have a div, then we have a form, then we have something. Okay, it should have worked, but I just needed to use text direction column. Okay, so now it will be line items, not just because the axes have changed. You can have a look at it in my CSS or Flex related videos. Target the heading to main heading. Avoid to target h1 to margin pixel 0. Okay, looking okay moment. So what we want to do is input some to do and then click add. It would be added to this list here. Okay, so let's do not want list item, or do I? No, I don't want that. Okay, so we do have some do not have anything here, but let's go ahead and try to access our input text from here, right? Okay, so for JavaScript works from here. We target that by using class name. Let's keep it in a variable Java by class name to the class name. Then we can get the elements from there. Let's try to log our input right here. So we would be getting an array. So let's target the first one. Let's see if we can access the input name. Okay, we are not getting that. We're getting a form instead. But add a class here that put box project is a bit the project is a bit messed up because I haven't really planned it out as well as I'd liked. But yeah, let's do this. We should see a value right here, but doesn't have any value. Okay, put value that. Okay, so what is happening is when I click the add, reloads the page and the value is then gone. Try to access the form first. What we can do is get the form by form container and we do form container form. It is here form container and then the button first. I haven't used vanilla JavaScript for a while now, so it's all a bit blurry now. But we'll get there. Try to there's a method on that like that like, have the suppose I there's a term called try catch. We trying to on wait. Oh, it is working. Let's do. At first, we need to do is get the event from here and then do event dot event alt happening. So basically, when we use the HTML form like this, when we try to submit the form on submit, so basically the page reloads and redirects to another page. As you can see, it is reloading. So we are trying to stop this from reloading and instead just stay in the same page. Not working. Why? Interesting. I should have used the JavaScript only. See? On. We have an on submit. A on submit. On submit. Yes, we do have on submit. Try to access that and go. It. We bind this. Not even. Try to have a look. Code camp actually might be a better solution. Should have used the JavaScript only. Fine. It is working. It's not reloading. But was it because I wasn't passing the event? I think JavaScript gets it automatic. Interesting. Now it's working. I did the exact same. Yeah, it is not reloading anymore. Yeah. So it is now working. Oh, I have binded the function. See, that's why. Try to the input first to log the input. Logging it below as yes, we are now getting the value here. Wait. So what we want to do is keep this in a variable to name and at this value. So now what we want to do is target this to-do list. Last name, last name list. What we can do is to do item, the item. So we are getting all the elements here. So it is empty. So what we would do is uh, take this to do name and then append this to this to do item. That and let's see if it works. Oh yeah, it is working. Okay, so great, it is working, but it is not working as we expect. Just putting it in as the first item always. Okay. We want these to be separate items, right? So what do we want to do is create new element as well. So let's do mm, single to it. Let's keep the well like pretty messy way to do it. Let's so what I'm doing now is creating the UL or the unordered list and then creating li inside them, and let's append them to this to do name. But first we need to do is append of single to do here, because first we need to append ul inside this div. We are appending this div and we have done that, so we do single to dot append, we do the list, oh, no, list to do there, and then we do list to dot append, then we do the to do name. Go ahead and check it working, but it is not working as I did expect, because we are using only flex. And make them flex direction column. Okay, so now as you can see, whenever we add a to do, it is increasing and adding a new to do inside of it. Okay, great. So now there's one more thing. So when we do this, we want this input field to be empty, right? Don't want that to stay there. So go for put. Alright, just get this value and okay, it is added and now it is being added all the food example. Okay, so as you can see, we can add stuff to this to-do list here, but we need to delete these as well, right? So how can we do that? So we need to just add a delete button here around somewhere. Then on click, we can just delete the item, or we can do the checklist as well, but we do it in our next video. But before that, I want this to-do list app, however far we have done, I want this to add to our GitHub, right? For GitHub, which will be my personal GitHub. I don't that. That's for GitHub for this channel. So yeah, right here, get a new one. Yep, code was pretty bad today, but that's because I haven't done uh, vanilla JavaScript for a while now, and I do apologize for that. But I will try to study further from next videos, right? So what we do is git init or initialize the git repo. As you can see, they have a line by line instruction here as well. Let's do git commit. Uh, let's do a meaningful commit. Let's do added to do list add functionality and designed a bit. Okay, so we have done the adding part and then designing part, right? Oh, my bad. I could have used add. So before you commit, you need to add files. So Git knows which part you want to add. Let's do add everything. Let's do the git commit from previous. So I do the up arrow key in our keyboard, and as you can see, it is done. Git push you origin master. Okay, my bad, my bad. I should have added this. I need to create the branch first. Get the branch first. So we have now changed branch to main instead of master. Now we want to add this git remote add origin and then the link. Now we can do git push u origin main. So what I was doing trying to do previous, it should ask me to log in. So let's try to log in with browser. uh, yeah. Okay, the login is done. As you can see, it has been pushed in here. If we reload the page, as you can see, we have all our code. I did not want to push that here. I should just delete that, right? Go delete this. Using even can. Okay, let's this here for now. Tomorrow we will do the delete and the go through line from here. It's not readable as well. It's looking pretty messed up, but we should be able to fix it tomorrow. So I hope you guys really understood what's going on here. So basically what happened is I have created some HTML and then we designed for a bit, which is not great, but it'll do for now. Then I have targeted the input field, and the reason I have targeted by class name, because I wanted to show you guys how to target class name items, because class name returns you an array and you want the first one, you want to target the first one. Could have used id as well. Id is a bit easier because you can do this document dot get element by id and pass in the id. You don't need to target the first index or anything, but here you need to target the first index to make sure you remember that by class name, when we target things by class name, it returns an array because there can be multiple items, multiple elements which have the same class name. So we need to understand which one we want to target. So in this case, we are using the input field and we just want to target the first one. So let's say eat, then eat has been added. Let's say sleep, and sleep has been added. So then what happened is we are doing binding a function of this trying, but we should really submit or fix the name a bit. The code is already pushed, so there's no fixing now. We would have to do another commit and do that actually. Turn our shutdown. I mean, server off and then delete the file from here, we do the same thing. Add commit to deleted yes folder and text. So your commit messages should always be very meaningful like this. Don't do first commit, last commit, app done. That seems pretty bad. Okay, so as you can see, we can add separate to dos here, because what we're doing here is we are taking the input value and then we are creating a UL or unordered list element in HTML. We go to the HTML of this. As you can see, inside this to-do list div, we have UL and then li, right? But if we go here, we do not have that. So we have pushed it through JavaScript. So we have created UL and then li and then appended the firstly we appended the UL to that to-do list right here, that this div. So we have appended the UL to this to-do list div, and then we have appended this li to this UL, and then we have appended this input value to this li, right? Then we can see it right here because it is being added every time. You can see even empty ones are being pushed here. We should be able to do something about it tomorrow, but I mean the next day, not tomorrow exactly. Okay, so it was a bit difficult for me. Sorry about that. I don't have usually programmers don't work on vanilla JavaScript. You will use a library like React or Next or Svelte or Angular or Vue. There are a ton of JavaScript libraries. Usually you will be using libraries to do these things. Almost no one does vanilla JavaScript thing. I mean, some companies do, but that's not very normal because it's bit tricky and bit messed up, and there's a ton of work to do to maintain things in vanilla JavaScript. That's why companies use frameworks like these: React, Svelte, Next, whatever. That's why my JavaScript knowledge is a bit sketchy and I forgot a thing or two, but eventually we did manage to do the adding part. So tomorrow we should be able to do the deleting part as well. So yeah, all we have to do is target these LIs and ULs and then remove child. So how we have created element, we would do remove element, right? Sounds a bit too simple, but it is not that simple because we need to figure out which one we have clicked. We can do that by using event as well. But yeah, we'll do it in our next video. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video. I will attach the GitHub link and the doc. Which doc? Okay, no doc today, but I'll target. I will attach this on submit. W3 school doc, whatever. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys in the next video.